Welcome back, everybody. Well, now since we read the article, you can kind of figure out the shocking events that happened. Beyoncé, as I said before, is highly regarded around the world. And because of the coronavirus and all this sort of delay that was happening with any tour that she wanted to go on, people started flooding to this opening tour. It was happening in Sweden, this nice remote area, and even better, the prices were pretty dirt cheap in a lot of ways. Not the ticket prices. I think some of the tickets were going over $1,000 if you were buying them from someone else. Reference the reselling article that we did not too long ago. Because of this, suddenly Sweden had a ton of tourists in one area. This, of course, caused strain, but even more than that, it skyrocketed the prices in the area and even kicked off a 0.2% inflation for the entire nation. The economic minister of Sweden said that this is a blip. It will definitely drop down soon, but Beyoncé, one person, did affect the economy of an entire nation. She moved on to the UK and decided to try her hand there of affecting the economy. And although she didn't affect maybe the entire country's economy, she did effect the local economy. People were having a hard time finding hotels, and a little bit worse, kind of on the dark side, people who were in those hotels for economic reasons, UK citizens who might be a little bit hard up on cash, found themselves also having a hard time with these hotels, paying for it or even staying there. With a person as nice, seemingly nice as Beyoncé, I'm sure she was not very happy with this news, but what's done is done, I guess. Mm-hmm. Do you have any good impressions or bad impressions of Nordic nations?
I've personally never been there, but of course there's always the yearly studies that top 3 happiest countries in the world are usually like Denmark, Sweden, Norway, Finland. Yeah. So that's my impression is that it's a good place to live and it's cold.
Yeah.
That's about it, I guess. Yeah. Good place to live, but cold at the same time. Kind of goes against each other, but apparently it works.
Yeah, I feel like socially good, but maybe weather-wise, it doesn't match everybody.
Yeah.
The thing that I learned about a while ago was a thing called, I think it's called Janteloven, and I think translation is just law of Jante, and it basically means a social constructed law philosophy. That basically means people should not think of themselves as higher than the other person. Mm-hmm. Everyone should be considered equal, even to a leader, king, whoever. And I think that keeps everybody quite docile and not complaining about anything, keeping them happy. If you want to look that up, it's actually gotten popular online these days for some reason. But it is an interesting social philosophy.
And, my understanding is there are rich people there, but the wealth gap is very minimal. Mm-hmm. And when people are rich, they're not like mega super rich, but they're rich.
And they're not allowed to talk about it.
Yeah, and the poor people are not that poor.
Yeah.
So the gap is closer, is my understanding.
It can be nice. It just depends on your personality, how much democratic socialism you like sprinkled into your country. What do you think other people's impression of U.S. Tourists are?
There's the classic ugly American. We're loud, a little bit arrogant. We want things to be the same as they are in America. We think our rules, our culture travels with us. But on the flip side, in some places, Americans are famous for tipping very well. Even in places that don't usually have tipping culture, Americans tip very well. So there's a positive.
Please stop that, America. I'm not saying you shouldn't reward someone for their good service, but don't do it if they don't deserve it, because sometimes when we're traveling, we kind of feel obligated to tip when we shouldn't. I've been living in Korea too long. I don't like tipping. I didn't like tipping in America.
Didn't like it.
I don't know why we should do it. I know we have to because of people's lives, but I don't know why we should be paying people's salaries when the business should be paying the salary. Anyways, that's also a different article, I'm sure. Yeah, I've heard that whole loud, arrogant. But I've also heard like friendly.
Friendly,
Maybe
sure.
overly friendly sometimes. And curious. Yeah, curious, but also maybe expecting the culture to follow them. Yeah. Yeah, pros and cons. On that bombshell of American tourism, let's go ahead and check out that vocabulary down below. There are some good ones in there, so I hope you can use them well. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Attribute.
Attribute.
Kick off.
Kick off.
Quadruple.
Quadruple.
Scarcity.
Scarcity.
Needy.
Needy.